Are you stuck? How about unhappy? Join Alena Chapman, author, mentor, and life coach for Magical Moments with Alena as she challenges you to get out of the doldrum and start living your life to the fullest. In just 60 minutes, Alena will help you take control of your life and push you to do the things you never thought you'd do. So get ready to take back your power and celebrate life with Magical Moments featuring Alena Chapman.
Welcome to Magical Moments, and I am your host, Alena Chapman. And you know, guys, it's time for that ease and that betterment in your life. Don't we deserve it? Yes, 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 we do. Hey, I have a wonderful little nugget for you this morning. This one is simple, and you can do it today, or you can do it tomorrow, or you can do it every day. And I guarantee it will rechange your focus. It will get you into a better vibration, and it will rock your world. Are you ready? Okay. When you get up in the morning, yes, right when you get up, put your hands out in the air. Say, thank you, thank you, thank you, beloved God, or whatever is your preference. Thank you, divine universe, for bringing me such joy, abundance, prosperity, health, and love. I couldn't be more blessed. And if you like, I love the little miracles. Just start with that. Isn't that simple? That is what starts the day. That's what starts you in this wonderful mood of, number one, a strong intention and a vibration of happiness and thankfulness. And I'll tell you, when you do that, that emotion, that vibrancy, that love goes straight up to the universe, to God. And they say, I hear you, Alena, I hear you. And I have done this for most of my life. And the little miracles I always see. That's the other thing. You've set the intention. You have asked. You haven't asked, you just said it is going to be. Now, guys, that is not in defiance of anything. That is not knowing better than God. That's not anything like that. That's saying, God, this is the vibration I want to be on. I know that you are there with me. This is where I want to be. And then going forward on it with surety that it is going to happen because you are co-piloting with the universe. And I'll tell you, in the day, all throughout the day, you find yourself keeping your eye open for those gifts. You start to see synchronicity start falling into your world. You start to see a little bit of that ease and that flow coming into your business, your love life, your kids. Yes, even the kids. But see, it starts with that wonderful intention in the morning. And you know, sometimes, especially if I have a little time, I'll even do a little dance on my way to the bathroom. Yep. It's all set up for me to have that day of ease, flow, abundance, joy, love, and health. It's time for you to do that too. Remember, it's the simple things that we can do that make the greatest profound steps in our life. It doesn't have to be hard. Stop looking for the difficult to try to solve. Take these simple steps. Start stepping forward. And you'll see it already starting to better your life. You'll see yourself looking at life in a different way, looking at people in a different way, looking at the world in a different way. Simple baby steps, simple strategic baby steps. You know that's what I'm all about. Hey, I have a fabulous guest for you today. Her name is Isabel Donadio. And I met her in Utah at a wonderful mastermind. You know, these masterminds, they're when we all get together, for those of you who don't know, that we all get together and we help each other in our businesses, in our lives. We all connect and we all help each other with connections and with ideas and support. Well, she was in Utah with me. She's the founder of Talent Support Services, the majority owner of Top Talent Publishing, the best-selling author of Finishing is Happiness. I love that. And the winner of the 2019 TWC Most Outstanding Rising Star Award. Deserving of any top 30 under 30. And they list Isabel specializing in supporting and promoting experts, authors, and speakers all over the world. Her experience includes everything from red carpet interviewing, event planning, social media marketing, bestseller campaigning, and public speaking. The bottom line is that Isabel has a talent for making her clients look good and allowing them to focus on the things they love about their businesses. Now, wouldn't that be nice for all us business people out there, you know? Because sometimes we get caught up in all the, oh my gosh, all the little tedious things, and we forget why we even had the business. Hello, Isabel. It's so good to have you on.
Thank you so much. I'm really excited to be here.
Oh, I'm very excited to have you. So here you are. You are a miracle worker, huh, for all us entrepreneurs.
I do what I can. I really do what I can.
I love it. I think right now in history, I've been talking to entrepreneurs, Isabel. I've been talking to a lot in our area. Right now, we're having a hard time. Entrepreneurs are having a hard time. Number one, especially if they're smaller, they're having trouble with getting people to work. We are not getting people to work. I saw 4 businesses totally empty. They couldn't open because they didn't have workers. And then there are some of these entrepreneurs who were starting out, and because of the restrictions, they lost so much money. I mean, I know you've been in this business for a while, and you're do a lot of stuff online, but what can you say for these entrepreneurs?
It's definitely heartbreaking when you look around and you see businesses closing down. You're seeing people who just recently saying, I'm starting a business, and then later saying, we're closing the business. And unfortunately, due to the pandemic, if people were going into an office or going into a store, then due to COVID, they had to stay home. They were home for long periods of time, and they were essentially having to go back out into the world to work. They were deciding to just quit. They would rather quit than go back to work. And the biggest thing I can say to even add any kind of comfort of if you're one of these people that are affected listening right now is your team is constantly evolving. Your message has always been consistent, but if the members of your team aren't as passionate about your message as they were before and they would rather stay home, then your team needs to evolve. You need to have a backup plan or work with someone who's able to help you fully realize the next steps for your business, because in the first 3 to 4 years, if your business is not currently thriving and if something like COVID occurred, then yes, your business is going to struggle. But if you're working with someone to help you, if your team is constantly on point and on message and helping you and your business evolve, then that is the sweet spot for success.
You know, you have a very good point. Because, all right, so I see all the businesses that are not doing well. But then I talk to entrepreneurs and I talk to business people who are, they're doing quite well. And I mean, we're not talking about just techie businesses. I'm talking about accounting businesses, of course, because they have to be there. Well, we all need them terribly to understand that tax code. And then we also have the entrepreneurs. But clothing, I've seen some entrepreneurs. They're not major entrepreneurs like franchise all over America, but they are here in town. They actually made it through. And I've seen there are little spots with the same staff. So they must be doing something. Why is their staff staying and the other staff not? So, okay, so say I've been an entrepreneur for a while and my staff isn't staying. And yeah, I got a re-message, but how do I do that? How do I do that? Especially if I've never had to do it before.
With technology consistently evolving and changing, you have to either essentially adapt or die. So a quick example that I saw just recently, a 17-year-old made it into Forbes magazine because he started a ring business. He took antique keys that he found at swap meets and antique shops. He was buying them for pennies on the dollar, and he turned them into designer rings. And he found a lot of success in just doing that summer job. During COVID, he just launched his business completely, and he made it into Forbes because they recognized that effort that he put into it. But some of it is, depending on your niche, truly identifying what that niche is and fully utilizing social media. Like currently right now what's thriving is TikTok, Instagram stories. It's not so much just Facebook ads anymore. So a lot of it is just playing around with different social media platforms and truly connecting directly with your audience.
You know, that is true. And I've seen that happening. The companies that have made it do get more online. They are the ones that will converse with me online. They are the ones that will say, oh, we've got something new in the store. Come on in and see us. Or they make apps where I can order easily whatever I want. You know, there are some coffee places. I'm not endorsing any right at this moment, so I shouldn't say. But during COVID, they were a godsend. And because they trudged through, but they made it so easy for me not even to be in contact with anyone, I could still get what I wanted. That just made their business thrive more. It's being innovative, isn't it?
Absolutely, and innovation is key to make sure that you are staying on the cutting edge of technology, staying on the front lines of the next big thing or the next big trend, wave, however you want to describe it, to really make sure that you are still on the forefront of your audience's minds.
So say I wasn't forefront, which this is a lot, and say I got wrapped up in the drama, which a lot of people did. Hey, gosh, it has been a long haul. So yeah, we're caught in the drama. So now I've got to pull my team together, and they want to sit at home and eat potato chips. What do I do?
To really take that period and just catch your breath and see what's working and what's not working. So if a majority of the members that were previously on your team aren't coming in anymore, why aren't they coming in? What is no longer working in the company that when they first started there, they were super excited, but then later on they were no longer excited about? And try to get back on pitch. That way the members of your team are once again waking up every day and excited to come into work, making sure that your audience, that your clients are still excited to see the next thing that you come out with. So that way when they run out of whatever it is that you may offer, they're coming back and getting it again and again. So just catching your breath, taking a look at your website, taking a look at your social media, seeing what's working and what's not working.
I think, tell me if I'm wrong, you're the expert, but would it be good to kind of revisit your own dream at this point?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because I love this. I recently had to do this. That's why I can speak on it so wonderfully. But for you, you're the expert. Could you talk a little bit about this, revisiting your dream?
Every day you are changing. It's a small degree of change that's not truly measurable in that moment. But if you look back a year from now, look back a year in the past or 5 years in the past, and you'll see the evolution that you had, the education that you developed, the mentors that you've had that have given you powerful insight. And you'll see just the different changes. My own story, for example, is I used to be a makeup artist.
Really?
I was a certified makeup artist. Yes, I was. I went into television studios and to photo shoots, and I would do makeup for people. And I thought, this is the dream. This is amazing. I'm getting to talk with so many fabulous people. But I evolved. I met people like Les Brown and James Dentley and Marcella Thetford and Allison Larson. And they inspired me to strive for more. And so I did. And so looking back, if I didn't have that initial dream, I probably wouldn't be where I am now. But it's because of that dream and reevaluating my dream that I'm able to be where I am now. I'm talking to you on your show.
Yes, you are.
And so it's so important to go back and reevaluate yourself as well.
You really do. And even if you, and I've done that, well, we evolve. I always say, I told my boys, when you start out, you're going to be doing one thing, but then you're going to learn and you're going to grow and you're going to see what you like and what you don't like. And don't be afraid to jump into something new. Don't be afraid. And don't think you have to have a B and a C. B and C plans always come up. They always are there. But if you focus on them, that's what you're going to get. Go for the A. Whatever it is that you want. So you want to, you know what my son told me last week? He did this and all he says, Mom, I just ask questions. He called me last summer and he said, Mom, and he's doing internships right now. He said, hey, guess what? And I said, what? He says, I have a program on the satellite. I said, what?
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's what he said. And then he called me again. He said, hey, Mom, now he's like, he's in undergrad and he says, hey, Mom, he always does that. Hey, Mom. He says, hey, I just got on a master's degree in research team. All he does is ask. He knows what he wants and he just does it. He assesses his dreams. I'd love to say I had something to do with that, but who knows, he's his own kid. But this is the thing. I think all of us have to stop and think, even if you're in your same business, say your team is not on fire or you find a little mutiny going on in your hands. That's when you have to go inside, isn't it? That's when you have to say, this is what I did. I went inside and I said, okay, I've got to get past the ego. I got to see why I even formed this. What is it I want this to do? Do I want it to change? Do I want it to stay the same? And why? What do I have to do to entice my employees, get them back on the same vision as I'm on? Mm-hmm. Am I right?
And yeah, absolutely. And something that helps as well is we've probably heard the message before of, you learn from success, you learn more from your failures. And there is a grain of truth in that because you have to always be curious, question everything. Yeah. Is something working? Great. Why? Something didn't work. Okay. Why? And just dissect it to death to get the best result.
And you have to do that with your imagination, too. That's the best way to trigger that door to get from imagination to divinity. To open that door. It's questions. Well, why do I want to do this? Mm-hmm. Why do I want to struggle with this team right now? Yeah. Why do I want? Yeah. Why? What can I do to get them enticed and let the imagination just soar? It might not be extra money. It might be something else. You don't know. You got to use your imagination. So I think we're at a very interesting time for entrepreneurs. And then with this online stuff, okay, and your expert opinion, is this online really going to take over the world?
In my opinion?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, really?
It will take over.
This
because
middle-aged person.
Through online, we're able to connect with someone all over the world. Yeah. One post and someone in Kenya may see it and be inspired to write their life story. Someone may be inspired to, leave a toxic relationship. Someone may be inspired to finally start that business that they have been running out of their garage and just take the plunge and hire more people and really get started. Through online is where a lot of things are changing. And unless you're in a really small, successful town, you're not going to really have a great reach unless you are online. Yeah.
The online has made the world just so small, hasn't it?
It really has. And it's not as big as many people think. It is so small and it is finite. Resources are finite. But if you're truly able to leverage your connections and leverage what you offer to others, you're going to be very well. You're going to do all right.
So let's talk a little bit about becoming intuitively decisive. I love this because I am, I'm guided more by my intuition, which is wonderful. I use logic, but my intuitive never steers me wrong. So what about you? What do you think about that? And you teach a little bit about that. How do you get people to start to deal more with their intuitive side, to even find their intuitive side?
Yeah, so I'm not, and this is a very vulnerable moment I'm going to share, but I never used to be very intuitive.
Really?
I was very, I wasn't. I was very go with the flow. Yeah, that sounds like fun. Let's try that out. And
There's
I
nothing wrong with
realized
that.
along the way, the different mentors that I had, and the greatest piece of advice that I have, that I was given to help me develop my intuitive insight, is just start making decisions. It's really that simple. Start making decisions of, yes, I want to do this. No, I don't like that. Yes, I want to go in this direction. No, I don't like these colors. Okay, let's change them up. And through that, you develop internally your decision-making process.
You know, you too have a point. You have a very big point there. I hope people are listening, because we aren't, as in people, we are not good at making decisions. There are not that many people who make decisions. They hem and they haw, and they sit on it forever and ever and ever. So, yeah, and then they logic it to death. They tear it apart.
Absolutely.
Just make a decision.
It's so easy to talk yourself out of something, and it's so much harder to make a decision for yourself. And that's where you develop who you are.
You know, that's very true. I've always been a fast decision maker. And I remember Bob Proctor said, make a firm decision and don't look back. He did. Yeah. And I thought, I already do that. Who doesn't do that? A lot of people make a firm decision and step forward. Yeah. Isn't that interesting? And you know, you hit it right you hit the nail on the head. When you make a decision, when you make a fast decision, when I make a fast decision, I listen to what two sides are, but then my stomach clicks in, you know, and which one feels good, that's the one I go with. And if it wasn't good, there was a lesson for me, and I had to learn it anyway. Everything is never bad when you go by your intuitive side. You're always true to yourself. And I think that's one of the most important things. And I do think it's that intuitive side that helped me so much in all the different things I've done. It really is. It's a very important thing in business. I don't know how anybody does a business without it.
Yeah. And something else, too, that now not a lot of people realize is that you're always making that decision, whether or not you're saying yes or no. There's three outcomes to any opportunity that's presented to you. It's yes, no, or you give it no response, to which case it's a no because you're not saying yes to it. Those are the three decisions those are the three outcomes to every opportunity that's presented for you every day.
Every day. Every day. And how many times do you say no? You know, or you don't answer. Even worse, you don't answer and you get it by default. Yeah, you don't want to live that way. No wonder. You know, I think that is what spikes in anxiety, not making a decision.
Yeah.
Because then you just think over and over and over, should I do this? Should I not do this? And you get very worried. You know, I worked a lot with women in businesses. I did a lot of research in my earlier, like 2014, 15. And I was working in right relations. That's why I was helping women and men going from really bad relationships to getting into businesses and forming their lives. And so it sparked a curiosity in me. And I learned that men had more. I know we're going to hate this statistic, guys. I know it. I know. Don't shoot the messenger. That men had more success in forming early businesses than women. And the two reasons they listed was because women were usually using their own money. Men usually got other people's money to do it. And number two, men just saw the advancement and just did it, where women sat there and hem and hawed and hem and hawed and hem and hawed until it left. Yeah. Isn't that something?
It's absolutely amazing how you can talk yourself out of a good idea. And it happens every day.
See, and I met you, and you would be a good person to have in the corner because you would push them to make the decisions. And yeah, I think you would be, you're a good coach in this for sure. Because I met your personality, you know, and you're very cool. You would help them.
Thank you.
How can they get hold of you if they want to? Or how they can, I'm sorry, I messed that one up myself. How can they get hold of you? Yes.
If you want, for you that is listening that wants, someone like me in your corner that'll push you to make decisions to, take that initiative to make an impact in your life, you can email me directly. I'll give you my business email.
Go ahead.
It's Isabel, Isabel, at toptalentjv.com.
I love that. Okay. I love it. And then for everyone out there, I'm Alena Chapman. I'm your host. And check out Soul Manifesto. You're going to love this. We have a new little, it's on the front page. You will see it. And you can sign up to hear all my shows. So if you are interested, or even go to Alena Chapman YouTube, because all the shows are listed. All magical moments are listed there. And really, check out Dr. Emoto's. If you want to see how, we're 80% water. My gosh, look at the photos of what our emotions do to water in our bodies. That's fascinating. Also, Joe Vitale, Bob Proctor, Mary Morrissey. There are incredible people on there. So check out YouTube, Alena Chapman, or go to soulmanifesto.com. Oh, Isabel, it was a joy to have you on. And for everyone out there, remember, spirit is love. Guys, when we are confident and feel good about ourselves and we make the decisions to better our lives and we don't just obsess and we're proactive and we're following our intuition and we have someone in our corner, all these little tools just opens us up like a flower from doubt and fear into love and spirit. I love you all. Have a fabulous week. Namaste.
This has been Magical Moments with Alena, featuring Alena Chapman. If you missed an episode, download it now on iTunes, Spotify, TuneIn, CastBox, Deezer, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, or your favorite podcast platform. Learn more online at soulmanifesto.com.
Podcasts by Federated Media.